Allman in the Morning. Common Sense Radio.
I'm sorry to have to do this twice in one day, but
when I speak, it just comes to pass.
Do you remember, I believe it was Tuesday, when I gave you the lecture on the art of war and the art of the deal?
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Because everybody was flipping out because Al Gore was visiting the Trump Tower. Remember that? Oh no, Donald Trump, he's letting us down. He's this. And the media's like, yeah, he's reneging on his promise. Blah, blah, blah. Look, Al Gore. He's speaking with Al Gore. Ivanka. Suddenly we're going to... He's going to buying into all this climate change stuff. And I was like, no, he's not. Stop worrying about this. He's having Al Gore there because he's planning something else. So he's just trying to throw a bone to all the weirdos out there who like Al Gore. And then he's going to move in for the kill. And what'd he do? He appoints this Oklahoma Attorney General Scott Pruitt, who couldn't be more aggressive towards these so-called climate change regulations. Probably more aggressive than anybody on the planet. He couldn't be more opposite of Al Gore.
Right.
So there, I told you not to flip out over the whole Al Gore thing. He met with him. He's like, hi, good. All right, see you later. Then appoints this guy who's an attack dog. He couldn't be more opposite of Al Gore. See? I told you. Read The Art of War. Read The Art of the Deal. They're both basically great roadmaps to the behavior and the excellence of Donald J. Trump. The Gateway Pundit, people. Conservative pundits, of course, wrong again. He's meeting with Al Gore. This signals that he's going to basically turn his back on all of his followers, his base. It's like, yeah, right, we'll see. How you doing, buddy?
Great. I wonder if Al Gore feels like he got played.
He did get played. I mean, that's exactly. I mean, it's the good cop, bad cop thing. It's he's playing this out constantly. It's why, for instance, Mitt Romney might end up being the Secretary of State, but the reality is he has plausible deniability now when he throws Romney into the trash heap because he can just say, hey, I wanted him, but nobody else did. Sorry. Perfect.
I hope you're right on that one.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Me too. All right, so where do we start? Oh, how about CNN issuing a retraction after smearing you with the fake news claim?
Yeah, they did this yesterday. CNN had they wrote this article last month, and it was actually titled included fake news in their title. It was a story on fake news, and then they quoted the Gateway Pundit for saying something I never said. I read the article. I'm like, I didn't say that, And then they called me just a site that was to trick people. So I had an attorney send them a letter, and they retracted their story, as they should have. It was complete bogus crap they were accusing me of. I didn't even say the quote that they had accused me of, and so they put up a retraction yesterday.
You want to hear some other fake news? It happened last night on Channel 5. They did this online poll that somebody claimed had a margin of error, which is an impossibility. An online poll is not random, and you cannot attach a margin of error to it. And if you do, you're just making it up. So they put this online poll out, and of course, immediately it went to 97% said Donald Trump should not have been Person of the Year, right? Then later on, it adjusted as more people went online, and Mike Bush, the poor guy, was tasked with reporting the results. Listen to this, Jimmy.
You think Donald Trump should be Times Person of the Year? More than 730 people voted, and they split the vote. 51% said no, 49% said yes.
All right, so we're watching that, and while Mike's saying that, on the screen, it says 51% said yes, and 49% said no. So he's reporting the exact opposite. So whoever wrote that for him basically screwed him, and they were somebody with wishful thinking, but the results were the exact opposite of what he said they were.
Oh, that's funny.
There's your fake news for you.
There you go.
I mean, it just is.
All
It's
over the place.
Oh, I know. Hey,
Yeah.
how's this recount going, by the way?
It looks like the recount in Michigan, they finally called it off. And but before they called it off, they did find some discrepancies. And guess where that was, Jamie? That was in Detroit City,
Right.
where they found that there were some precincts. One couple went to help out with the recount. They were at a city precinct in Detroit. The ledger said that there was 306 votes cast, and they opened the box. There's only 50 in there. So, they're having some problems. This is what it's revealing, is that, as we all suspected, some of these big city precincts they're having some problems counting, Jamie.
So once they found out that there's a strong possibility that a lot of Hillary's votes in Detroit came through fraud, they called the recount off.
Basically,
Yeah, 'cause-
last night a federal judge called it off, and so they're through counting. It would have cost the state like $12 million, and some lawmaker had pushed a piece of legislation that says if you lose the election by greater than 5%, you should be responsible for paying for the recount. And I think that's a good law. I mean, 5%. That's a ton of votes to force a state to do a recount.
Boy, I'd say.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway.
So now here's the thing, though. Apparently, the one in Wisconsin, the only sad part about the Michigan thing being called off is that now we can't enjoy Hillary losing 4 times. We have now it has to be 3 times, I think. So the Wisconsin totals have her up. She like gained 89 votes from the recount in Wisconsin. Is that right?
Well, she had gained like 60, and Trump, the last I saw, and Trump had gained 80, so
Yeah.
he was actually up a net 26 votes.
I love this. It's
Yeah.
so fun to watch. All right, and finally, Trump's attending the Army-Navy game, huh?
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
This friend of mine, Katie O'Malley, you may have met her before, but she's out east. She's a big Navy fan. Their 117th annual game is this weekend, and Donald Trump is going to attend the game. Barack Obama, as far as Katie knows, has only attended one of those games in 8 years. But Trump, as president-elect, is going to be there, and that's a real good sign for the military, I think.
Boy, I'd say. So many great signs. We had the guy from U.S. Steel coming out and saying that the climate is awesome, and he could possibly reinvigorate 10,000 jobs. We've got the stock market, by the way, the 12th time since Donald Trump was elected, closing at record levels. So
Amazing.
Oh, I know, buddy. I know. I'm glad you're on it. And so you were just in Florida?
I was in Florida. Yeah, I took a little time off.
Yeah, right. You deserved it, buddy. You deserved it.
Thank you.
Great work. GatewayPundit.com, at Gateway Pundit on Twitter. Appreciate you as always, brother.
Thanks, Jamie.
Okay, take care.